Hey YouTube, this is Cal. It's October 28th. It's a Tuesday. I'm just making a quick video because I went to the doctor yesterday and found out that I had been really messing up my dosing on tea, so I thought I would just talk about it briefly and pass it along and see if anybody else had been doing it, and just talk about it. Anyway, brief 101 about my testosterone history. I started tea in March. I started with a quarter shot, a half shot, and then a whole shot. And that's what I thought I did. And in April, I guess like in March, I'd been doing it with a nurse every other week, and then in April, I started off giving myself my own shot. And at that point, I went up to a full shot. After I guess 4 to 6 weeks, I went up to a full shot. And so I got these needles that were kind of like these needles, but different, because these are 1 mil and 27 gauge. These are fucked up needles that they gave me at Walgreens that don't work. So I'm going to get some more today. But they gave me these needles that were 5 mil needles, the normal ones that I think most people get. And so, yeah, so I had those needles, and yeah, my doctor, when she was explaining my dosing to me, she was like, you can go 2 ways about it. You can either give yourself a shot every week, or you can give yourself a shot every 2 weeks. Keeping in mind that testosterone, hormonally, whatever, as a hormone, will sort of go through your body every 7 to 10 days cycle. And so I decided that I would go every week and give myself a shot, even though it sucks to give yourself a shot every week. I thought it would be better for me in terms of the hormonal cycling dips, valleys and peaks and stuff, to just go every week and make it more like even, whatever. So I've been giving myself a shot every week since April. And in my needles, I pull back to 1 and do it every week. Basically, when you pull back to 1 milliliter every week, you're giving yourself a shot of 200 every week. I thought I was giving myself a shot of 100 by pulling back to 100, and I was wrong. So when I went to my doctor yesterday, I was just kind of showing her what I was doing, and she kind of, I was like, I've had already about 2.5 of these bottles. I'll probably need some more in like a month. And she was kind of like shocked because this bottle should have lasted me 5 months. So I guess like yeah, basically I've been double dosing myself for the last 6 months. Like every time I should have had like a, every week I've been double dosing myself. So every week I've been giving myself 200, every 2 weeks I've been giving myself 400, and every month I've been giving myself 800. And that came as a really big shock, and it's pretty terrifying to hear. And so I asked my doctor what that really meant, and she was like, well, have you noticed any like big hair loss? And I have. Just a little bit, at these temples, and it hasn't gone back super far, but it has gone back, considering that I just started 6 months ago. And obviously I had a really big problem with acne, and she thinks that if I go back down to a real dose, that this probably won't be a problem anymore, because my acne is like, body acne wise, I've been having really intense acne. So yeah, all in all, it was a pretty informative doctor's visit. Also very terrifying to know that I've been double dosing myself. Not even to sort of start to think about what it, like, she asked me if I had a lot of energy, and I was like, well, yeah, because I also take medicine to go to sleep at nights. And like, anyway, it just made me think, because I think it's a pretty easy mistake to make, and I've heard people talk about making mistakes with their needles in terms of their dose, and so I thought I'd throw it out there. And I also want to say thanks to Dylan, who wrote me a comment last week about dosing, because it kind of made me think about it. And so it was a good, in terms of talking to my doctor, thank you very much. And yeah, so yeah, I don't really know what else to say. I guess just like, I'm in a little bit of a state of shock, knowing that I've been double dosing on tea. And if anybody has any questions at all and they want to talk to me about it, I'd be more than glad to have an email correspondence about it. Also, if anybody's done this too, I'd love to hear about it, because I just feel like, mostly I feel really like depressed about my hair, and worried about what it's meant for me sort of like emotionally over the last 6 months. Like, I've definitely been moody and like more like whatever, but I don't, how much can you attribute to hormones, and so yeah, I would love to hear from anybody if they've done the same thing. But that's my little update on testosterone. It's yeah, it's been 7 months and a few weeks, so that's it. Okay, thanks, bye.